Good morning, everybody. We are going to talk about the passive. In the grammar part, the grammar file of your book, you go to page 136, so we can watch together this page. In this page, you've got the references about the passive, the present simple, and the past simple passive. Okay, here there are some explanations about it. You've got the subject, then you've got be, the verb to be, that can be at the present, like in this situation, and then you've gonna be the past participle of the verb, okay? For example, it says, the river is cleaned every day. This is the passive form. If you want to think about the active one, every day, they, because there is no subject, okay, they clean the river. The river is cleaned every day. Every day, they clean the river, okay? The second explanation is the bottles aren't used again. And the last one says, the articles are written by the students. Here you've got who, the person who wrote or writes the articles, okay? You can have the same passive, but in the past simple passive. You've got the subject, the verb to be, that is was and were, and the past particles of the verb, and by. By means the person who did it. The trees were destroyed by the fire. Okay, this one is the first one. The second one says, the caves were found by tourists. And the last one is, the book was published in 2017. These are examples and just taps about the passive. Here you've got a short explanation about it. He says that we use the present simple passive or the past simple passive, depends if the sentence is an actual one or it is a past one, when we want to focus on the action more than the person that does or did it. Okay? The old clothes are recycled. Here it is. The bridge was repaired. We don't care who did it. Okay? When we don't know or don't want to say who does or did the action, or when it's obvious who did it. The film was watched around the world by the people. Okay, you don't say that. My phone was stolen at the train station, because you don't know who did it. In this part, in the second column, you've got this explanation. When we know or want to mention who does or did the action, we use by. The island was discovered by, by a famous scientist. Verbs without an object, for example, come, go, happen, arrive, are not used in the passive because there is no object to become the subject. For example, this says, note, when we form the passive, it is important to make sure we use the correct form of be. To do this, look at the subject and think about whether it is a singular or a plural. Always think about that, singular or plural subject. Take your book at page 72. In this page, there are some other explanations about the use of the passive, the present simple or the past simple passive. Okay, they are quite the same the things that we have said before, because in this part, in the A1, you can read and have a look that it says that we use the passive when we want to focus on the action and not with who or what did it. Okay, then the B part says we also use the passive when we don't know who or what does the action or when it is obvious from the context. In the C part, here one. You've got, if we want to say who or what does the action, we use by. And the last part, the D one, this note, always make sure B matches the subject, okay? How to use the subject. In this page, you are going to do all the exercises, even if they ask you to do them with a friend. You can't do the number 8 because it's a speaking part, so you can't speak with anybody. And we are going to listen, if we can, I hope we can, to this listening, just to listen a bit of English conversation and to solve some exercises in this page. Now, you're
1.
I'm trying to find out how well we know our own planet. Can I ask you some questions?
Sure.
Earth was formed how many billions of years ago?
Oh, I've got no idea. 2?
No idea. 5?
I could guess maybe 30.
I don't know. 10?
I've studied this, so I know. It was formed about 4.5 billion years ago.
You're right.
The oldest rocks were found in Canada, apparently.
You know more than me.
2.
The world's water is divided into how many major oceans?
It's 7, isn't it?
7, I think. Oh, no, is that seas? 7 seas? Oh, I'm not sure now.
6?
I think it's 4. Let's see. The Pacific and the Atlantic, the Indian Ocean, and the Arctic Ocean. Yeah, 4.
What about the ocean around the Antarctic?
Oh, yeah. What's that called? The Antarctic Ocean?
Actually, yes. Or the Southern Ocean.
5, then. So, I was almost right.
3.
How many people inhabit the Earth?
It's billions, isn't it? 5 billion?
10 billion?
It's around 7 billion, I think.
No idea. 3 billion? Or is that how many people live in China? I can't remember.
I think it's about 7 billion people now, but it's going up all the time.
It's almost 7.5 billion.
So I wasn't too far away then.
I was nowhere near then.
Really? Wow, that's a lot of people.
4.
What percentage of the Earth is covered in water?
I don't know. 50%?
I know it's a lot. 60?
I don't know. 40?
I know this one. 70%.
You're right.
Yeah, it's 70%. And that's how it got the name the Blue Planet. Yeah, when astronauts first saw the Earth from space, it looked blue.
5.
The highest temperature on Earth was recorded in what country? Ethiopia? I know it's one of the hottest places on Earth.
Oh, I've got no idea.
I think it was Libya in North Africa.
Well, that was the second highest temperature ever recorded.
Oh, I don't know.
Ah, I recently saw a documentary about this, so I know. It was in Death Valley, California, USA, in 1913, I think.
Correct. It was recorded on the 10th of July, 1913, and it was 58 degrees.
58 degrees? Wow, that's hot.
Now, to complete your homework, go to page 50 of your workbook and do the exercises of this page. Then, if you can, I hope you do it, send me the exercise number 5, the written part on Edmodo, as I will write on our register of the classroom. At the moment, I say you goodbye, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.